Hey, what's going on, guys? Marshall here with Marshall Morphs, and last video I did was on the incubator, and then I realized that, I'd shown some of my collection, but I didn't get all the way through the collection. I figured I'd bring out a few other snakes, mainly just one this time. She has kind of a little bit of a story behind her, so I figured I had plenty to talk about with her. So, of course, as always, got main man Roman here. He's helping me out again today. What do you think, Roman? Should we bring out Sterling? Huh? What do you think, buddy? Yeah. As you can see, he's in his reptile room attire, showing off the guns. But without further ado, run over and I'll grab Sterling here. Now Sterling is a pewter, and I picked her up from a gal. She has several snakes. I love pewters, by the way. Just kind of how love the colors. In fact, I love the way pewters age. I don't mind the browning out. I love how the greens will come in on a lot of the pewters, and down the dorsal a lot of times you'll get this little dorsal spots down the dorsal. Pewter's probably one of my favorite basic combos. But anyways, Sterling here, she came to me from a gal who has several ball pythons and also boa constrictors, and she was moving out of town and could no longer keep her entire collection. She needed to kind of thin down her numbers, and she had this pewter that she wanted to go to a good home, knew somebody that would take care of her, so she contacted me. Now, the story behind her is she is actually, believe it or not, 5 years old. 5 years old. When I got her, she was only 400 grams, believe it or not. And it wasn't from neglect or any of that. She just was simply a problem feeder. Now, the gal who sold me Sterling here actually bred her own rats, so there was never a shortage of food for her. But when I took in Sterling, I went away from live, because that's what she was feeding her, was live. And the first week that I had her, I just simply took frozen thawed rat, dropped it in the tub. I figured, there was no sense in trying to move the frozen thawed around, try to entice her or anything like that. I just simply took the rat, dropped it in the tub, closed the tub, came back about 2 hours later, and the rat was gone. So I was like, hey, I may be onto something here. So I continued on from there, feeding her that way with frozen thawed. I never try to entice her with the rat or anything like that. Just simply drop it in, close the tub, come back. And without fail, every week, she has eaten for me. So she came to me at 400 grams. She's currently sitting at 962 grams, and I think I've had her about 8 months now. So really happy with the improvement on her. And I want to stress that the gal that Sterling came to me from, it was not an issue of neglect or anything like that. She just wouldn't eat for her. It's all it was, plain and simple. But she has grown up so nicely, and I am so happy to have this beautiful girl in my collection. Can't wait to get her up to breeding size. have a few plans for her in the future. But with that, I think I'll end it for today, guys. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you real soon.